Walt Disney World is acting like they don't want you to be there for Christmas. No, seriously. They're dropping a giant gingerbread house, no more resort hopping. And what if we told you folks are hopping mad because even after Cinderella Castle got its big makeover, changes happening to the structure, still no twinkling lights, no Christmas lights come this holiday season? There must be a reason. And the reason is Disney wants money. You know, folks, isn't it funny that a company that seems to promote socialism, communism all the time with Jimmy Kimmel, The View, etc., well, they really like cash. And we don't blame them. We're capitalists here on the Pro Channel. We want Disney to make as much money as they can. But what if I told you that we can't stand for these decisions when it comes to Christmas? Disney is turning sour, grinchy, they might say. And now folks are saying, why should I go that way? Why should I visit the House of Mouse when they're slashing, cutting everything except being boozy, not bougie? They love the alcohol. Yeah, they're getting rid of resort hopping. Yeah, they're getting rid of the giant gingerbread house. But now they're not bringing back the Christmas lights. The little lights aren't twinkling Clark. Cinderella Castle Dream Lights are not returning in 2026 by Cham Lee on thatparkplace.com. If you're not yet bookmarked to the website, well, you should be. These were some of the most impressive things you'd ever seen. It was truly Christmas magic. This was the reason so many folks said, I'm going to book a trip down to see Magic Kingdom. And once they did the stuff with the castle, we were told there was a chance that the lights might return again after they had turned to just projection mapping. They've repainted the castle. They worked on a lot of the stuff. They got it back up to where it needed to be. And yet the lights are not returning. This is crazy. It says guests hoping to see the Cinderella Castle Dream Lights return in 2026 will have to hope for another year. Disney has confirmed its holiday entertainment lineup and a longtime seasonal lighting display is not included. Disney released details about its 2026 holiday offerings during its annual Halfway to the Holidays announcement. The lineup includes returning entertainment, seasonal decor, special ticketed events, and attraction overlays. However, the announcement does not include the physical Dream Lights display that last appeared on Cinderella Castle all the way back in 2019. Instead, Magic Kingdom will once again present Frozen Holiday Surprise. The nighttime castle show features Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Kristoff, and the Snow G's before Cinderella Castle transforms with a Christmas-themed projection effect. It's very unimpressive in comparison to the Christmas lights, folks. And Marv, I want to go to you. They are really doing a dandy of a job this year, making people say, nope, I'll go to Epic instead, or I'll go to Dollywood, or I'll go anywhere else. Disney just keeps giving away and not giving anything for Christmas. Walk us through some of the changes and why they El Succo.
Well, so the biggie that really hit me was that they have not only not bringing back the Grand Floridian gingerbread house for the second year in a row this year, but they've also this is a very rare thing. Disney never does this. They confirmed to WWNT that it is retired for good. It is
right, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So you and I talked about this, Marv. It is insane to announce that you're never bringing anything back, because in 10 years, you're not in charge. Somebody might come in and say, you know what, we're bringing it back because it's really popular. So in PR, you never, ever say we're taking something away forever, unless you're trying to get people to go to see the last, showing of it. But that's not even the case here. It's just like them poking their finger in the eye of folks and saying, not only did we take it away, but it's never, ever coming back.
Mm-hmm. It's wild that they actually confirmed that. That was one of the things people love. Now, people love resort hopping. One of the things that you did on a Disney vacation or just going to Disney at Christmas was you get on the resort monorail and you go around to the Contemporary, to the Grand Floridian, to the Polynesian Village Resort, and you take a look at the decorations. Maybe you get a drink at Trader Sam's. Maybe you grab a bite at one of the quick service eateries, like Captain Cook's, or maybe over there at the Grand Floridian or at the Contemporary, and then you take a boat over to the Wilderness Lodge. Now, all of a sudden, it seems like they just don't want you going to the resorts unless you are paying to stay there or paying to eat or have a dining reservation there for one of their high-priced restaurants. And I wonder how much it's going to go, because right now, they are making it a permanent thing, which, they said it was temporary, and I said, no, it's not. This is going to be permanent. When they said that from Disney Springs, you can no longer take a bus to any of the resorts unless you have a confirmed reservation. It is a question now of whether that will also go to the parks, whether suddenly it's going there, whether that will go to the monorail, whether that will go to the boats. I want to say it probably will stop at Disney Springs. At least that's my thought, Pro, because I think essentially what they want is they want you to pay for that parking at the theme park. And as long as they got that $25 out of you, then they'll be okay with you going around to the various resorts on the monorail. But there's that, there's the gingerbread house, just a complete, and they're extending Christmas by a week. So everyone was kind of like, oh, okay, cool. So you're going to do more special events? Nope, just another Jollywood Nights, which is already a deeply divisive and unpopular event. Jollywood Nights is made for Disney adults. It's not made for families. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is still ending when it normally ends, which is before Christmas. So yeah, it is going to be a wild, and they're not extending the Festival of the Holidays at Epcot either.
So why Jollywood then? What's the strategy there?
Because Jollywood is where they sell a whole lot of alcohol, Pro. Jollywood is all about drinking. Jollywood Nights is a huge drinking event. They can't have drinking at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party because it's in the Magic Kingdom and they only have one bar in the Magic Kingdom. But Jollywood Nights, designed for Disney adults, we have all these seasonal holiday cocktails and beverages. So get that and then stand in line for 3 hours at this 4-hour event to meet Duffy the Disney Bear.
And people will drink at Epcot no matter. So it doesn't matter.
Yep.
I see. So I anticipate, Caro, that what Disney's going to try next is, and I don't know this to be true, I'm speculating, but wouldn't surprise me if they give out some sort of transportation pass that costs you $30, $40, $50 so that you can ride the monorail and you can ride the Skyliner and you can ride the buses and you can go back to your resort hopping. But I think they've figured out that if they want to make more money, they're going to have to charge for people to even go and see whatever replaces the gingerbread house or to go and look at, the lobbies of these hotels. They're going to make that be now a ticketed event. And I think this is completely silly. I think that Epic is going the opposite way. Caro, what are your thoughts on companies like Disney making it harder to celebrate the holidays?
I mean, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot because one of the things that Marvin and I talked about last Friday is about how they're trying to appeal to like older Disney fans, right?
Kids can't drink alcohol. They've studied that. They've discovered that through their analysis.
Yes. And so it's like, they're like, let's take this away and replace it with a bar. It's like, okay, cool. And then it's like, let's take this away and replace it with a bar. It's like, at some point, like Disneyland's just going to turn into a giant bar hopping experience. It's not going to actually be anything worth having. Mm-hmm. So, but the sad thing though, is the reason it's going this way is because they're not making any content that kids want to watch. I mean, when I was teaching, like half my classroom was kind of like, some of them like Disney and some of them were like, meh, could do without it. I'm sure the chat can talk about like their kids, if their kids like any of the new stuff that's coming out. But I mean, like, here's a great example. Let's take a look at this group that's walking around. How many of these are actually kids?
I see two kids.
Yeah, there's
3
not.
kids.
The Disneyland isn't for kids anymore. It's just for adults that kind of grew up wanting to do like the nostalgia, but it's turning into such a cash grab right now that it's not going to be worth it. And I would honestly rather stay home and like maybe like force Marv to like do barbecue and eat at his place and watch a Disney film there than actually go to Disney World Land, wherever.
You would probably have a really good time because I made some exceptional pulled pork this
time. He torments us with the photos of his delicious food that he's making now.
See, I already know I'm going to have a good time versus like Disneyland where I know I'm going to have to deal with people coughing. I'll probably get like that version of Conf Flu there, and I would rather just have pulled pork. Okay.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, look, the name of the game now is they want to monetize every second of your day. There should never be a moment where it's that Ron Swanson quote from where it's just like, put in a token, use the bathroom. Put in a token, look at a duck. Put in a token, go on the swing at the parks. That's what they essentially want at this point. The reason, Pro, I don't think we're ever going to get a full stop to resort hopping. They want you to pay for the parking at the Magic Kingdom. They pay the $25, and then they want you to go to Trader Sam's and buy their high-priced drinks. I feel like the whole point of adding a bar on the ground floor of the Grand Floridian resort lobby when they already have one on the second floor is because they want more people drinking in the resorts, but they don't want them coming from Disney Springs because you can park at Disney Springs for free at the moment.
Right. So instead, they want to probably in the future they're going to give you a new little ticket so that if you're local, you're going to pay to go to the bar at the Grand Floridian. There's going to be an upcharge on that. There's going to be a get-in fee. Lauren, I know the way they can fix all of this, and I know you do too.
I'm curious to hear your way.
It's our way now, Lauren. It's our way. Lauren, There is a franchise that sits upon one of the greatest Christmas stories ever told.
Oh, no.
Lauren, I believe that Disney, if they want to bring back the fans, not Jollywood, it's not the Christmas lights even, and who cares about the twinkle in the eye of children as they pass by the bar at the Grand Floridian. Lauren, it's all about the holiday special. I think they should transform Galaxy's Edge into a giant holiday special. Is it Life Day? Is that what they're celebrating in the holiday?
Yes, it's Life Day.
Life Day. That's correct.
A giant Life Day.
In which Wookiees wear red robes, which is a bizarre sight. It's something not to be missed if you can see it.
I will say, Pro, there is already Life Day merchandise. I have a Life Day mug that I bought at Disney's Hollywood Studios. They've been monetizing Life Day for a few years now around the holidays. And last year at Jollywood Nights, there was a Life Day Chewie in the red robe that you could actually meet and greet with. So they are already doing it, but you have to pay extra for it. It's only at Jollywood Nights. But I think I've been saying since Galaxy's Edge opened, I'm like, give me a full Life Day decoration of Batu. And somebody was like, well, they can't do that. It's a Wookiee holiday. Why would they be doing it on Batu? I'm like, if you think they care about that, then I've got a bridge to sell you somewhere.
Not that kind of land, kid.
I disagree. Do you have any idea how pedantic they were about making sure that they were staying within the particular timeline and not allowing any other characters in there? Mm-hmm. What they need to do is have a quick story that explains why there's a bunch of Wookiee expats on Batu. Yeah. Once they do that, once they have an enclave within a portion of the park, then you could do it. Although, I will agree to your holiday special reskin for the holidays only under the following conditions. 1, they do not pipe Carrie Fisher singing into the park.
But that's the best part.
No,
she's a songbird. She's a songbird, and you know it.
We're not doing that. Nope. We're also not doing Itchy's fun holographic tour. We're not going to be doing anything related to that. But if they get B. Arthur in there and some Harvey Korman stand-in going whip, 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 stir, then I'll be all for that at the cantina. That, I think, is actually kind of fun.
Could you imagine they replaced DJ RX-24's head with like a B. Arthur head?
I can't wait for Blue Nog. Blue Nog.
They would 100% do that.
It's called Revnog in the Star Wars universe. But
you know what I would freak out for, Lauren, if they did the reskin and during that time period they brought out white armor Boba Fett.
Well, yes, I'd be up for that. I also think they need to have a theater somewhere showing the animated segment for the holiday special so you can actually see the real first appearance of Boba Fett, which is directly analogous to the Mandalorian's appearance. They basically gave him that old costume. I also think if you really wanted to make this work, I don't think that they would do it, but reskin the one last remaining part of the sequel trilogy in there to the Battle of Hoth with the AT-AT walkers and do something there so that you're doing classic trilogy on a snow planet during the holidays. I think that would bring people in too. But the problem is all the animatronics that are first order coded. That would be difficult to reskin.
Lauren, did you just correct me about the correct term for eggnog in the Star Wars universe?
Well, technically, it's alcoholic. I mean, it's strongly
so is
alcoholic.
Eggnog.
It's strongly alcoholic in the Star Wars universe. I don't think that it's just a little bit of alcohol, but yes, it's Revnog. Sorry.
So we're not getting Christmas lights, but one more time, Lauren, if they put in the Wookiees for a very wonderful, merry Life Day at Jollywood Nights, what is the alcoholic blue nog they'll be drinking?
Revnog.
Revnog, folks. So rev up your holiday spending. Disney's ready to get you guzzling whatever it is that gets you to spend even more. You know, we've reached the end yet again, but ladies and gentlemen, we've had fun today, have we not? And until the next time we get to do so yet again, be a friend to the channel. Click that like button. Share your thoughts in the dialogue down below. And if you're not yet subscribed, well, we need you right here on Team Pro. Until we meet again, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.